Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I just finished filming my Q&A, so if you haven't watched it, I will put this link in the description box. In this video, I'll be sharing to you my resume and other important documents when you apply as a teacher here in the USA. So please keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Many are asking me to make this a video because as I was sharing to you my experience, and I'm sure you are ready and excited to start your application, but the problem is there are some questions you have about how to make your resume and of course other job documents that you need to prepare in order for you to be ready when you start your application. So here is the answer, guys. I'll be revealing to you the important documents when you apply as a teacher here in the USA. So, are you ready? Okay. First requirement is your cover letter, or we call it application letter in the Philippines. So here we call it cover letter. So what's in your cover letter? A cover letter is simply an introduction of yourself. When you write your cover letter, make sure that you highlight your educational attainment and your teaching experiences. In your letter, you need to put emphasis on why you are qualified in the teaching position. Your cover letter can make or break your application, so make sure you did a proofreading before you pass your cover letter. Meaning, you need to make sure to read it again and again if there are any grammatical errors. The next requirement is your comprehensive resume. So I will be showing you my own resume, so you will have an idea on how to write it. But one important request is please make sure that you don't copy every word that I will use there. So try to be creative and be your own self. And one thing I want you to know also is that your resume should not be longer than 3 pages. So as much as possible, 1 or 2 pages, that is enough. Because long resume will not be is a no-no here in the US. So most resume are just 1 page. Would you believe that? Yes, 1 page. But my resume is 2 pages, and that is still okay. So 1 to 2 pages is just fine, not longer than that. 3 pages is really very long already. So just make sure that you just put the important information and that is required for the teaching position that you're applying for. So that's it. So now I want you to look at my resume. I am hiding some important information, so my apology for that. So you start with your professional summary, then you write your educational attainment and your teaching experiences, and also include your certifications. So that is in the first page. And in the second page, you need to write your skills and your seminar and trainings, including your references and examination that you have passed. So yes, this is my resume. The third important requirement is a reference or a recommendation letter. So as I mentioned in my video, it is important that you have this letter before you apply, because your application will not be considered without recommendation letter. So who can make a recommendation letter for you? You need to have a recommendation letter from your principal or school heads. So you can also have a colleague, but you can have it as your third one. But for the first and second recommendation letters, you need to have someone that is your superior, someone that you're under with, someone that can testify your work ethics. In writing your recommendation letter, make sure you are using a paper with a school letterhead. Make sure to include the contact information such as email and telephone number of the person that is recommending you. So inform them as well that they will be receiving a call or a survey in their email about you, about the applicant, about you as the applicant. So aside from the recommendation letter, your referrals or the person that making your recommendation letters are gonna answer a survey from the school about your work ethics and how you are as a teacher. So they also need to remember to check their emails for those surveys. The fourth important document is your transcript of records. So you need to make sure you scan them and save them in a PDF form so you can easily access them and send them to the school if they need it. So there are also optional requirements. It's better to prepare them. What are the optional requirements? First is your observation results. So I'm sure that you have been observed by your principal, and you should have a copy of those observations, because that is an important document that you can attach in your application that will show the employer or the principal that is considering your application how good you are, because that the observation results will tell your performance as a teacher. You should also have a copy of your LET result, or any exams that you have taken. So please keep a copy of those, because you can attach that also in your application. Again, the LET result will not affect your certification here in the USA, because you need to take another test. But having passed this kind of test, it's a national exam, you can take pride about your score. So please keep the result and attach it in your application as well. Next optional requirement is certificate of trainings or your seminars. You need to scan them and make it into a PDF form. You need to have this one, because that will also add up to that can also help with your application, because it will show the employer how capable you are as a teacher. Again, keep those seminars and training certificates. That you can include that in your application. And the last optional requirement I can think of is an NBA clearance certificate. So you need to have that one, just to make sure that you don't have any records, you don't have any criminal records, so you are a good and abiding citizen. So just keep a copy of that and attach that in your application. That's what I did. So during my time, I made sure that I have that one. It should be updated, because you also need that one when you apply for your visa. So make sure you have the NBA clearance with you. Those are just optional requirement. That is just part of the optional requirement. So that's it, guys. Those are the important requirements. Make sure that these documents are ready. What I do is I scan all of these documents and save them in my online files. So when I need them, it's easy for me to just grab them and send to the school that is asking for that requirement. Or when I apply online, most schools here in the US are doing online applications. So if your documents are ready and it should be in PDF form, it's so easy for you to attach them in your application. So that's one important tip. So I hope, guys, that I was able to help you in your application in the USA. I am wishing you all the best in your plans to come here and teach in the USA. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Please do me a favor. Please subscribe to my channel and click the bell so you will be updated for my coming videos. Thank you, guys. See you next time. Bye.